Niggas get played like it's GTA. Niggas get played like it's 2K. I always keep me a couple safes, cause you can never be too safe. I might pull up in 2 Wraiths. Tell my barber give me 2 face. Y'all better hop on this lonely wave. Don't hesitate cause it's gon' be too late. Run up like 40, I pull up real sporty. I feel like I'm Bruce Wayne. Anyways, what's up? It's your boy Muslin Quay, aka the Dallas Sub-Zero, aka I guess Behan really is a Negro. Listen, the NBA Finals start next Sunday. You already know we got the Dallas Mavs and the Boston Celtics. And I also been dropping these NBA reaction videos and y'all seem to fuck with them. Since the finals don't start till next Sunday around the 9th, today is the 3rd as I'm recording this. I'm dropping this on the 3rd. So I decided to go ahead and do a little video kind of just going into the history of the Dallas Mavericks and the Boston Celtics. Kind of like a hype video to get hyped up for the NBA Finals. So I appreciate y'all for clicking on the video, man. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. Make sure y'all have y'all blunts rolled. Y'all know I don't play about that shit. But anyway, we finna go ahead and get right into it. Let's do it.
Good Kyrie, y'all saw the doubters that were saying that y'all wouldn't work.
4 for 12 points, 8 rebounds, and now a message from this crowd.
The D grade that ESPN gave y'all, could y'all talk about just, yeah, they gave him a D rating for the trade from the Nets. So could y'all...
Alright, I didn't know that. I didn't know ESPN gave the Mavs a D for their trade with Kyrie Irving. To be honest, the Kyrie Irving trade was the best thing they ever did for Luka. And then the trade that came at the middle of this season with Gafford and PJ Washington. Yeah, I think those are probably the 2 best trades in NBA history, to be honest, if they pull out the championship.
The Boston Celtics have made it back to the NBA Finals, and this time it's going to be Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown trying to get their first championship versus Luka Doncic, who is also seeking to do the same. And the drama between these 2 teams runs so deep. So before we get to the content, make sure you drop, like, subscribe, and turn on our notifications to help the channel grow. Now that we got all that out of the way, cue the intro.
Alright, let's get it. This is a little intro. Shit not fire than my intro. My intro fire. I got the best intro on YouTube. Y'all go fuck with Flight Mike. Y'all see your shit right here.
This upload, PrizePicks has us with another free square. All Dustin Poirier needs is 1 significant strike at UFC 302 for a square to cash, which means you can pair his free mic check 1212. What's going on, everybody? The Boston Celtics are huge winners for making it back to the NBA Finals. I mean, the Dallas Mavericks are even bigger winners for making it to the NBA Finals. The only person that I could think of that is a huge loser in this scenario is Grant Williams. Oh my god, poor guy. I mean, 1 year ago, Grant Williams was a huge role player on the Boston Celtics, but because of the brand new CBA, the Celtics had to move on from him. They traded Grant Williams to the Dallas Mavericks in a sign-and-trade agreement, but Grant Williams wasn't getting along with the Dallas Mavericks and was traded during the trade deadline to the Charlotte Hornets.
Damn.
And now both of his former teams are in the NBA Finals, and Grant Williams is on the Charlotte Hornets. Dealing with team...
Did that all happen this season? Because if that... I don't know the Grant Williams shit, but if he went through both of these teams this season, then no matter who wins, he's going to get a ring. So if y'all didn't know, if you're part of a team and you get traded away or released, and that same team that same year goes and win a championship, you still get a ring.
Teammates that are involved in alleged lawsuits for DV, allegedly running over a kid's foot, and a team that would put an 11-year-old kid in that type of situation to begin with. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, we made a whole video on this absurd LaMelo Ball situation. We'll leave it in the end screen. Make sure you check that one out because it's absurd. Talking about, we made a lawsuits for DV, allegedly running over a kid.
Oh, let's talk about the team he went to.
Boston Celtics have frequently been referred to as the San Francisco 49ers of the NBA. It's a team that has a plethora of talent that is constructed really, really well, that has 2 capable stars that have yet to even hit the prime of their careers in Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, but there are questions of whether these 2 can actually win a championship together, and the Boston Celtics have been very aggressive in trying to answer that question.
I think Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown are in their prime. I don't think... The ceiling might be a little bit higher for Tatum, but yeah, I think they're in their prime.
This past year, the Boston Celtics decided to go all in, trading one of their core players in Marcus Smart to get back Kristaps Porzingis. They weren't done there because they also traded for Drew Holiday. This team is going to be capped out to the max by the time you get to this offseason, as Jaylen Brown signed a...
Drew Holiday is going to be important in this series because he's a champion. He won the championship with Milwaukee. And same thing for the Mavs with Kyrie Irving.
5-year, $303 $3.7 million contract last year, and this summer, Jason Tatum is about to break the bank as well, as he could sign a 5-year, $338 million contract extension. You pair that with the fact that the Celtics signed Drew Holiday to a 4-year, $135 million contract extension just a month ago, and they currently have Kristaps Porzingis on a 2-year, $60 million contract. For the most part, you have a team that is fully capped out. This is the core of the Boston Celtics, and they're all in on this core. And if it doesn't work out, then this summer, there's a lot of questions that this team is going to have to answer. Jaylen Brown even said it himself when he won the Eastern Conference Finals MVP award, saying that we feel like we're a different team than we were last year and the year before that. I know everybody wants to continue to kind of pigeonhole us to what was happening in the past, but we've had a different team every single year. Different coaches. We've had like 3 coaches in the last 5 years. And still people want to make it seem like it's the same, it's the same, it's the same. Time has gone by, experience has been gained, and I think we are ready to put our best foot forward. There's no question, the Boston Celtics have a tremendous amount of experience in the postseason. And this is something that I said would aid them moving down their careers all the way back in Jason Tatum's rookie season when they made it to the Eastern Conference Finals. So now that they have this incredibly long and arduous road to the NBA Finals, would they finally be able to conclude their season with an NBA championship? Many teams are roasting the Celtics for having what could have been the easiest path to the NBA Finals, but when you compare it to other Eastern Conference teams that made it to the NBA Finals, was it really that easy? The Boston Celtics faced off against the Miami Heat in the first round when the Miami Heat didn't have Jimmy Butler. They would then face off against the Cleveland Cavaliers, but the Cavaliers wouldn't have Donovan Mitchell for 2 of those games. They would then sweep the Indiana Pacers, but the Pacers wouldn't have Tyrese Halliburton in 2 of those games, making it all the way to the NBA Finals. But when you compare it to other teams that had a similar path, I mean, in 2013, the Miami Heat faced off against the Chicago Bulls versus Derrick Rose and the Pacers without Danny Granger. In 2015, the Cavaliers played an incredibly injured and battered Atlanta Hawks team in the conference finals. In 2016, the Cleveland Cavaliers made it to the NBA Finals and beat a Golden State Warriors team that lost Andrew Bogut for half the series and lost Draymond Green for Game 5. Steph Curry was playing on a very bad MCL sprain as well during that series. In 2017, Isaiah Thomas was playing with a severe hip injury, and in 2018, the Cleveland Cavaliers faced off against the Boston Celtics without Kyrie Irving and without Gordon Hayward.
All right, enough of these Celtics, man. Can we get to the Mavs?
I'm not saying that Celtics' path to the NBA Finals wasn't easy. I just wanted to play devil's advocate to this point, but at the same time, coming into this season, I felt like the Boston Celtics were the favorite in the East. They had the most continuity, they made sizable upgrades to their roster, and they had the most experience. When you take a look at the Boston Celtics record, they had 14 more wins than the second place team in the East, the New York Knicks. The Milwaukee Bucks were kind of a shit show throughout the season. The Philadelphia 76ers were injured throughout the season. The Cleveland Cavaliers are still trying to figure things out. I think a successful coaching change could potentially get there. There really wasn't any other team in the Eastern Conference that I could have saw making it to the NBA Finals this year than the Boston Celtics. Now, is this a testament to how easy their path was, or is it a testament to their greatness, or is it a testament to how weak the Eastern Conference has become? You can let me know in the comment section down below. The Boston Celtics are facing off against the Dallas Mavericks, a team that desperately needed this NBA Finals run, a team that has been trying to figure out how to put Luka Doncic in a situation to consistently compete for championships from the moment that they drafted him. Luka Doncic was starting to get this reputation of being just James Harden 2.0, a player that knew how to stuff the stat sheet in a masterful way, but wouldn't be good enough to get you to the NBA Finals. But to the Dallas Mavericks' credit, they did everything they possibly could to get Luka Doncic the help they needed. Starting all the way from trading for Kyrie Irving to continuing with a strong offseason where they drafted Derek Lively. They did briefly attempt to trade for Grant Williams, but moved on from him when that didn't work. And during the trade deadline, they...
Okay, Fred, time to find our perfect apartment on Zillow. Don't worry, change will be good.
swung a masterful trade for Daniel Gafford. Luka Doncic made the most of his strengths and mitigated his weaknesses. But the one storyline that we're all looking forward to in this entire NBA Finals matchup has to be Kyrie Irving's history with the Boston Celtics.
Just the meat and potatoes right here.
A year and a half ago had a completely different perception about his career. A player that was melodramatic about everything. A player that had everything handed to him. A player that had the career that any basketball player would want, but turned it down. He had the opportunity to play with LeBron James. But because of this one reporter, it seems like he didn't want to be LeBron James' teammate anymore.
Tristan called LeBron a great father after the Chicago game. Oh, great father. Oh, I thought oh, my bad. I interpreted that completely wrong. I thought you said he was a great father to him. I was like, what?
Calling him a great father. So what type of parental role has he played for you and your teammates?
Oh, okay. So you, yeah. Parental role? Honestly, I'm he's. I don't know how to really answer that question. He's been a great leader for us. I have one father.
Because of this one report,
Let's run that back.
Like
what the fuck?
He want to be LeBron James' teammate anymore.
I mean,
Tristan called LeBron a great father after the Chicago game. What? Yes, he did.
Great father. Oh, great father. Oh, I thought oh, my bad. I interpreted that completely wrong.
Okay.
I thought you said he was a great father to him. I was like.
So she was like, Tristan called LeBron a great father. And so we're like, we caught that up. Kyrie caught it off guard, but then he's like, okay. So Tristan's saying he's a great father. Okay, continue with your question. Then she does this.
What?
Calling him a great father. So what type of parental role has he played for you and your teammates?
What type of parental role has he played for you and your teammates? What kind of question is that? Look, I'm going to tell y'all something. These fucking reporters know what they're fucking doing. These guys are not getting press pass. They are not working for these news reporting companies, these sports report companies, and going up there asking these stupid questions on accident, bro. They know what they're doing. They want to get a reaction out of the players, especially Kyrie Irving, because they know Kyrie Irving's going to give them that smoke. This is kind of fucked up, like how they set up NBA players. I just think that's kind of fucked up. But this is a dumb question. That's a retarded question.
Oh, okay. So you, yeah. Parental role?
I know, bro.
Honestly, I'm he's. I don't know how to really answer that question. He's been a great leader for us. I have one father. That's my dad, Drederick Irving.
Eventually, he would get traded to the Boston Celtics, where he was going to be the cornerstone of an Eastern Conference superpower and one of the most storied franchises in the NBA, even at some point deciding to commit to the city of Boston.
But there will be more spaces up there. Kyrie, how important is it to see number 11 up there one day?
It's quite important, and I appreciate that, Scott and Jordan, but
we gonna put it up in Dallas, bitch. We gonna put that bitch up in Dallas. What you talking about?
You guys will have me back. I plan on re-signing here next year.
Boom! But then very shortly after, he started flirting with Kevin Durant. And next thing you know, Kyrie Irving decided to go to Brooklyn to team up with Kevin Durant. And his stint with Brooklyn was very, very interesting. In his preseason return to Boston, he would be caught burning sage at the TD Garden in order to cleanse the energy in the building. And then things would get to a brand new point when the Brooklyn Nets faced off against the Boston Celtics that year in the playoff.
I burn sage in my house because of my girlfriend, and she does that shit, so I do that shit because you feel a different energy once you do it. I don't know if it's a mental thing or a real thing, but it's just something people do that's very into the energy of things and stuff like that. And so to see him do this at the stadium is actually kind of cool, and I actually think it's a good idea. Like, if I was that type of player and I believed in that stuff, I would do the same thing.
Kyrie Irving accused the Boston Celtics of racism.
I mean, it's not my first time being an opponent in Boston, so I'm just looking forward to competing with my teammates, and hopefully we can just keep it strictly basketball. There's no belligerence or any racism going on, subtle racism and people yelling from the crowd. But even if it is, it's part of the nature of the game, and we're just gonna focus on what we can control.
Is it something you've experienced in Boston before?
I'm not the only one that could attest to this, but it's just, it is what it is.
And the Celtics definitely booed Kyrie Irving whenever he took the floor in Game 3 of that series versus Boston.
Fans, he played one earlier when there were no fans in the building. This is when he was introduced to the crowd.
But that's pretty normal considering the fact that the Celtics gave up Jay Crowder, Isaiah Thomas, and assets in order to get him. Considering the fact that this guy was supposed to be your franchise cornerstone and then he just turned his back on you after promising he'd stay, I think it's pretty normal to boo Kyrie
fuck
Irving.
them sensitive ass fans.
But Kyrie Irving would escalate this entire beef.
I get it being a fan, I get it. But the Boston Celtics is just a whole nother level of. It's like the Philadelphia Eagles fans. Like, come on, bro. Like, y'all are trash. Like, it's just simple as that. Like, being racist and all that extra shit, like, it's uncalled for.
Being unlucky after a Game 4 victory versus the Celtics, which got a lot of Celtic fans upset, and this would just kick off one of the most exciting rivalries in sports. In the 2022 playoffs, fans would start to cheer Kyrie sucks.
The fourth quarter. The only thing left.
For the most part, that would take us to where we are in this rivalry right now. There wouldn't really be that much between the Celtics and Kyrie Irving because the 2023 season was when Kyrie Irving would get traded to the Dallas Mavericks, and it hasn't become relevant until now. But Celtic fans certainly didn't forget because they chanted Kyrie sucks when these two faced off against each other 2 months ago.
Horford, 12 points, 8 rebounds, and now a message from this crowd.
And the fact that these two are facing
Okay, keep that same energy, Boston.
NBA Finals is certainly
Keep that
going to
same
make this
fucking
game more
energy.
Interesting. As for my personal prediction, Luka Doncic.
Y'all go add my nigga Flake Mike on Snap. He put it up there for a reason.
Progressing to where he wants to finish and gradually climbing the ladder. For example, during the 2022 season, he finally made it to the Western Conference Finals. He missed the playoffs last year, but he was able to make it to the NBA Finals this year. When you take a look at the Minnesota Timberwolves team, they were the best defensive team in the NBA this year, leading the league in defensive rating, but they were the 16th best offensive team this year. You compare that to the Boston Celtics, they were the top team in terms of offensive rating, and they were the third best team in terms of defensive rating. They also led the league in net rating. I feel like the combination of Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, and Drew Holiday's experience in the NBA Finals, plus the fact that the Celtics have an all-around better team, is going to result in the Boston Celtics being able to win this series in 5 games. So that's my personal prediction. I've been wrong before. As a Laker fan, I would prefer that not to happen. But let me know in the comment section down below what your prediction for the NBA Finals is. Aside from that, I'm your boy Mike.
If y'all couldn't tell, I'm going for the Mavs. I'm from Dallas. It is what it is. I mean, I'm not going to say like the Boston Celtics are trash. The Boston Celtics are not trash. It's going to be a good series. If I had a prediction, I would say Mavs in 7, Mavs in 6 maybe. I think it's going to be a really, really great NBA Finals. Tell me what y'all think, man. Go ahead and drop y'all comments below. Tell me what y'all think. That's it for this video, man. I don't know. Should be interesting. I'm excited, though, for sure. Go ahead and drop a like on the video if y'all excited. The NBA Finals start next week, and you better believe I will be right here with y'all to cover the whole thing. So that's it for me, man. Y'all have a good one. Good morning, good evening, good night. I'm out.
Niggas get played like it's GTA. Niggas get played like it's 2K. I always keep me a couple safes, cause you can never be too safe. I might pull up in 2 Wraiths. Tell my barber, give me 2 face. Y'all better hop on this lonely wave. Don't hesitate, cause it's gonna be too late. Run up like 40, I pull up real sporty. I feel like I'm Bruce Wayne.